So you're telling me there's 24 hours in a day and you can't spend one of them at the gym? No excuses. So I want to give you guys a little update on healing and life. So I recently learned that tinctures are significantly more potent than tea for healing a dis-ease in the body. Tinctures are just another form of taking herbs. And I got these from my iridologist, and she first had recommended me to take BioPure. And BioPure helps get rid of parasites and it helps cleanses the gut. You're only supposed to take that one for 21 days, so I'm no longer taking that one. I'm also taking Detox Tonic. This one is also good for your gut. You can take this one longer term because it's not so harsh, so I'm still currently taking this one. I've been taking this one for probably about 3 months now. She also had recommended me to take Womb Restore because I do have some issues with my reproductive system, and she saw that from doing my iridology a while back, and she said that this could also be causing me to have some gut issues, probably from taking birth control for so long and also eating processed foods. Womb Restore helps with periods and your skin. I've seen a big difference in my skin ever since I started taking this. I've been on it for 2 months now, and I usually break out around my periods, and I haven't at all since I started taking this. So I would recommend this if you're having any symptoms with your periods. So tinctures are a big help with healing, but you do have to change your eating habits and your lifestyle. You can't just expect the tinctures to do all the work. So the way you want to take these is you want to shake it up really good before, and then you'll take 1 or 2 droppers, and I'll put it under my tongue, leave it there for like 15 seconds, and then I'll drink something. It's most potent if you put it under your tongue, but it does kind of burn, so if you want to put it in a liquid, you can just put it in some juice or water and take it that way. I'll do the Detox Tonic in the morning, and I'll do the Womb Restore in the evening. If you guys would like to know more about iridology, I do have a video on it on Life with Alexis Griswold. I also talk about healing and how I healed my acne, and if you guys would like to buy some tinctures, I have these linked in my Hoobie link down below. And then other things I'm doing to help heal my body is just working on my eating habits. So no more cheat days where I go and eat vegan sushi. And then also incorporating more raw foods into my diet. It is a bit of a challenge for me to eat fully raw, so I'm still working towards that. But I'm just doing the best I can and making sure the cooked meals I do eat are healthy. Our bodies heal themselves naturally. We just have to help that process happen, and we can do that by eating clean, working out, doing castor oil packs, and taking herbs. And healing is going to look different for everybody. There's no right or wrong way to do it. You just have to figure out what's best for you and what works with your body, because everybody is different. Because if you guys have noticed, I've been trying out so many different things, and I'm just now figuring out like, okay, I think the tinctures are my thing. Because when I did the bitter herbs, they were so intense on my body, I had to lay in bed and it just kind of took me out. But I noticed when other people did it, they were at the gym and they didn't have that experience. So I was like, okay, that might work for them, but I don't think it works for me. I do think it was beneficial for my body, but I would prefer taking the tinctures over taking the bitter herbs in tea form. I am having to learn patience with healing and figuring this all out, because this isn't just like a quick fix where you go to the doctor and they give you some pills and then the symptoms are gone. This is more of a longer process, but you're actually healing your body, because taking those prescriptions don't actually heal you. They just get rid of the symptoms. And healing goes even deeper than just taking herbs or the food you're eating, but healing inner traumas, undoing the programming and the negative beliefs, making your mind more positive, because our minds do have a big effect on our health. And another habit I decided to stop is smoking weed. So I haven't smoked in 2 weeks now, and I honestly feel great, and it hasn't even been hard. It just doesn't make sense for me to smoke when I'm trying to heal. I am very proud of myself of how far I've came with all of this. I don't eat processed food, fries, gluten, smoke weed, or drink alcohol. The last time I drank was on my birthday. I'm editing this video right now, And I must have not have hit record when I filmed this part because it's missing. So to give some context to what I'm about to say is this past fall when I decided not to drink in environments I used to drink in, it was the most eye-opening and awakening experience I've had in my entire life, and it shifted my paradigm forever. I did say in a previous video that my paradigm shifted in the summer, but it didn't really shift till after fall. In the summer, I was still operating with my old paradigm. Being in those environments sober allowed me to see clearly, and I realized that I was in a cycle that I no longer wanted to be in. So I'm very grateful for having this dis-ease in my gut and wanting to heal myself, because without that, I don't think I would have stopped drinking on my own, and then I would have never been able to see what I was really doing. So again, when things seem bad, they're actually there to help you out. There's actually always a good reason for everything. And I feel so good about making all these decisions, especially to stop smoking weed, because I always had in the back of my head, like, you know you shouldn't be doing that, you know you could be doing better. So now it just feels like a weight has been lifted off my back, and I just want to be the best version of myself. I also feel so free. I let go of a lot this past year: habits, people, limited beliefs, an old version of myself that was never really me. And this definitely wasn't easy, but I'm so happy and proud of myself for doing it. This is the best feeling I've ever felt in my entire life. It feels so good to be proud of myself and the work that I put in, and I'm very grateful for the solitude and how it brought me back to my true self and knowing who I really am. And spring is right around the corner, so that means nature's new year. So I'm looking forward to stepping in as my true self, and I have so much room for God to fill my life with the new. So if you guys have been thinking about quitting smoking or drinking, then we can do it together. And I did need some inspiration for all of this, so I watched this podcast. And let me tell you, it was exactly what I needed to hear. This lady is amazing, so I would recommend you guys checking it out. And she said that the lungs are the spirit to the organ, that the spirit enters the world when you have your first breath, and the spirit leaves the world when you have your last breath. And that's how important the lungs are. And after I heard that, I was like, yeah, I don't want to damage my lungs anymore. I need my lungs. And in the book of Thoth, he said that food is bondage to the soul. And then he talks about how important fasting is. And that just made me want to be more in control of my hunger instead of my hunger controlling me. I can't do water fast yet. I'm good at doing the fruit fast, but one day I'll get to the water fast, one step at a time.
Yeah. All right, 3, 2.
Tryna give you more life. I can see through the spikes. Niggas creeping like mice. I'ma speed through the mic. You gotta be more precise. You ain't wrong if you right. Had a wonderful night. Paid a hell of a price. Give you a hell of a bird. Hop on the jet, you can't delay the flight. Down the back, like the beat like a bike.
Develop a workaholic mentality. That means that you have to work hard to be successful. You can't just sort of drag along. We say in our society, you work 40 hours for survival, and everything over that each week is for success. When you're working hard, doing something you care about, achieving your goals and fulfilling your dreams and serving and helping people that you want to help, you become unstoppable. The fact is that the average person working today wastes fully 50% of their time fooling around. They waste it socializing. They waste it on telephone calls. They waste it on lunches and coffee breaks. They waste it reading the newspaper. And then when they do work the other 50% of the time, they do what's fun and easy. They work on low-value tasks. They spin their wheels. But the successful people are those who work all the time they work. Because there's nothing that makes you feel more powerful than to know that you're on top of your work and you're making progress and you're getting things done. If you interpret things to yourself in a positive way, you're going to be positive. If you interpret them in a negative way, you're going to be negative. So superior people are consciously taking everything that happens to them and looking for a positive way to put a twist on it. Would you like to have a happy childhood? It's never too late to have a happy childhood. You can have a happy childhood whenever you want. How do you do it? What you do is you turn around and you look back and you reinterpret the events that were so upsetting at the time as being events that were positive and they're helpful, and they built your character, and they taught you what you didn't want and what you wanted more of. They gave you direction to change and so on. In other words, if you take the time and you have some fun, you can take any negative situation you've ever had and you can turn it around and you can find something good in it, and by so doing, you become a positive person. You take control of your thinking, you take control of your personality, and the more optimistic you become in the achievement of your goals, the more unstoppable you become. Can you imagine a negative person as unstoppable? Negative people are stopped cold every time they turn around. But optimistic people have this momentum that drives them over any obstacles that come along. So talk to yourself positively all the time. Say, I like myself. I feel terrific. I feel happy. I feel healthy. I feel wonderful. The more you talk to yourself in a positive way, the better you feel.
Nothing beats orange juice.
And coconut water.
This is not coconut water, this is chocolate milk. But yes, coconut water is my favorite drink. It's so comforting and it goes with everything. Grand Rising! New trail unlocked. Love finding new trails. I tell myself what to dream about and it works. It does. You tell yourself what to dream about before you go to bed, and you can dream about those things. God, give me wisdom in my dreams. Heal my body. I hold my stomach and think about healing. My body's healing. I'm getting wisdom in my dreams. Anything I need to know, any lessons, teach me my dreams. I swear I've been having crazy dreams. Not crazy dreams. Amazing dreams full of knowledge. I got all of these for $10. I'm about to freeze them all. And then these were like 13 each. It's pretty good. And then I got so much papaya for 25.
We were told, seek ye first the kingdom of God and its righteousness, and all else would be added unto us. We are not here to be impoverished. We've already been given life. Life is the greatest gift. It's the greatest blessing. Your life currency can be consistently poured into, consistently expanded. And this energy is going to touch the world. That's not about money. It's about the life currency. It's about the care. It's about the wisdom. It's about the cultivation. It's about the respect. In shifting this paradigm of sickness, illness, disease, and death. That doesn't have anything to do with money. It has everything to do with care. It has everything to do with respect and love. It has everything to do with what being is, what purpose in being actually is, to exalt life and to ensure that we are doing that which is a glory and honor to that which is beating our hearts and breathing us, that we have not remembered the billions of animals that are being slaughtered so that they can rot in our bodies. So that the earth just continues to open up as a tomb for all the life she brought forth. I'm saying we don't have to participate with it. And in our now moment, it is time for us to rise. And if we don't care to participate, you do not have to, but I can guarantee you that you will never be able to think of a greater thought. For ingenuity, for creativity, for genius. That's what we're freeing. That's what the liberation looks like. That we're setting a whole new dynamic. So yeah, they have the intention to marginalize, anesthetize, inebriate, violate, you understand, genocide, zero population and all of that. Yes, they got that agenda. And you know what that agenda is going to get them? A tragic date with fate where they will never be allowed continuance in existence for the rest of all of eternity. Yeah. You understand? Because what? There is absolute law. What you do unto others will be done unto you. This is why we're suffering. Because we have brought the violation of violated beings and violated our blood. And we're suffering because of that.
I love this woman. She gets me hyped up. My brother's calling me. Hey. What's up? What's up? Caden's the money man. I'm proud of you though. How old are you when you're making money like that?
15.
15. Let's go, Caden. Proud of you. I just got to show you guys another thing that she said because it's so good. She's so inspirational and she just tells it like it is, which I love.
But when you are the force of Satan, Lucifer, and the devil, you have no power and authority in my life.
Amen.
You will meet your tragic date with fate. I'm not here to serve you. I'm not here to be afraid of you. And you, whoever you are, whoever they are still being animated by the same absolute and supreme intelligence that we all are. They just have such a filthy bloodline that they can't outthink this. And I'm saying, no, the truth is for everybody. You understand? They say, oh, well, you know, sister, the truth ain't for everybody. I said, but the sun is for everybody. Breath is for everybody. Oxygen is for everybody. The truth is for everybody. They want death to be for everybody. To be in a place where we are bathing in the thought of how blessed we are to be these points of the presence of this absolute and supreme intelligence. To know that we have the responsibility to do the obligation and the opportunity to be the insurance of the coming of the Lord, to be the evidence of the law restored. That these people and their stupidity cannot stop the eternal order. They cannot stop the establishment of the kingdoms and queendoms of light. And so I'm just saying is that we have to care to not just survive. We have to care to raise completely up. We do not have to support this. We do not have to be in a place where we're complicit with it, we're conspiring with it. We do not have to be the agents of these ones and their stupidity. We do not have to, but we do have to be cleansed and purified so that we're able to get into a direct line of light with our angels, our guides, our guardians, our ancients, and to harmonize with the will of existence, the laws of existence, the intelligence of existence, and that which we refer to as God.